angry, Aussie. 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 Angry, Aussie. Aussie. Angry.
Ooh, I didn't realize time had gotten away from me. Hello, Megaleech. Hello, Shafa. Just adjusting my camera. Oh, that'll do. I was making a video and I didn't realize how much time I was taking. It's a milk clarification video and I'm double-fisted. Man, these came out looking really good. I think I'm going to drink these ones. There's a few. I probably won't make another video tonight, actually. I'll just need to edit this tomorrow. I've got a bunch of potentials all lined up. What was in this? Actually, I left my phone over here. I should go and get my phone. Because it had the recipe. So the blue one. The blue one had what? No. The blue one had tequila, blue curacao, green chartreuse, and lime juice. And then I milk clarified one for 24 hours and one for 1 hour. Man, the tequila is holding its own and the lime is coming through as well. I suppose there's a bit of a herbal element from the green chartreuse. So everything's making itself known. I mean, the blue curacao is really just sugar with blue food coloring. It's supposed to be orange flavored. I don't know that I can taste orange in a curacao, but I mean, I could always do a test on that at one point. Actually, that would be a fun video, a blind taste test. All right, I might do that either tonight or tomorrow night. A blind taste test of some different orange liqueurs. Yeah. Oh, no, I'd have to plan that. So not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Actually, that's a good one to do tomorrow. I'll plan it and we'll get it happening. You know what I should do? I should go and get a glass. Should I leave chicken in charge? I should leave chicken in charge and go and get a glass with some ice. Maybe just play some elevator music. All right, we'll sit you on top of something else so you stand a bit proud of chicken in charge. There you go. Looking like the sex toy you are. I'll play some elevator music. What elevator music do we feel like tonight? Just lo-fi. There we go. That's pretty funky. This will only take 30 to 60 seconds. Oh wait, I want glass. Just gotta go get some ice. All right, all right, all right. All right, chicken in charge. You're not in charge anymore. Oh gosh, darn it. Okay, I should have done one thing. With a bit more of the blue drink. Bit more of the blue drink. Do I have any skewers here? I do not. That was a foolish oversight on my part. I won't even put chicken in charge because I'll just be gone for 10 seconds. Well, longer than that, but 20. All right. Wanting a skewer. Got me a skewer so I can skewer a cherry. But also, let us get some orange peel. Because we like orange peel. We like the smell when we peel an orange and the oils come out. Do, 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 do. Put that in there. How many cherries left in this jar? Not. Oh, Shizer. Not many, I don't think. But there's one. Shazam. All right. How many are left in here? 1, 2, 3. There's at least half a dozen still in there, I think. Ah, goodness me. Doesn't that look neat with ice? There's just a very faint blue tinge. Kind of looks like I'm drinking water. Ah, Safa, watching the Matildas against Nigeria. Oh, I did see this really interesting ad for the Women's World Cup. It was made for French TV. And it was just all these really exciting, sporty moments, like from soccer, football, and as like these guys playing. It's like we support whatever it is the French call their football team, and all these really exciting moments, like just killer plays and zorba and whatnot, and then it goes like, yes, we support the team, but that's not who you've been watching. And what they did, because there is with a huge number of people, a bias between men's and women's versions of sports, that the women's isn't as good or as tough or as skilled or whatever. And what they did, it was all footage from the women's team, and they used quite advanced video editing to superimpose dudes over the women who were playing. So it was quite clever in as much as it was like, it seems like it's like dudes doing all this really dynamic, exciting stuff, and you're into it and you go, yeah, this is great. And it's like, no, that's how good the women are. We actually just tricked you into thinking you were watching the men, so you didn't have this preconceived thing of it's just women playing. And it was pretty clever, actually, just in terms of marketing, very clever. Yes, after comparatively warm, last night was comparatively fucking cold, quite honestly. I got guys like Jim's mowing, doing stuff around the house tomorrow because they're having an inspection, and I could try and do it all myself, but yeah, Mrs. Angry, she's still struggling with fatigue from whatever gastrointestinal problem she had a month ago. So she can't do anything without getting really tired. And she feels too guilty for it. So I'm paying. I did some of the stuff, but I'm paying Jim's mowing guys to do a bunch of stuff, so our yard looks presentable for a inspection in a week or two. I've also dragooned the offspring, young Mr. Angry, young Ms. Angry, and her boyfriend into helping not this weekend, but next, because there's a bit of area that's just all these weeds that the Jim's mowing people are going to spray with poison. And I don't want to get down on my hands and knees pulling weeds because I am old and my knees and back both hurt. So I'm getting young folk to do it, and they agreed they'd do it. So it's getting sprayed tomorrow. So leave it for a week so the poison has both dispersed and done its work. And then they can come and pull some weeds up for me. They should all be dead and it should be easy to pull up. But I said I'd put on lunch and they come over. None of this poison's getting... I agree with you. None of this poison is getting into the environment, my bro. It's just this stupid little bit at the side of the house where there's all these stones and they didn't put a fucking weed mat under, so grass has grown up. So none of this it's not washing into any water basin or anything. So the poison's not getting... There's no soil there. It's like stones. And I'm completely on board with you. You want to come to my house and pull a fuck ton of grass up by hand? You do it. But this is a question of how to manage it. But yeah, there's no soil. This is not environment. This is stones. Just a feature the owners did, and they didn't do it properly. So none of this is washing into any water table. It's not to do with soil because there's no fucking soil. It's all these fucking stones. Stone is doing something shitty. I was going to look something up and I forget what it was. Anyway. Yes. Oh, well, here's a fun thing. There's a gate down the side of the house. So when the Jim's mowing people bring in stuff to try and fucking manage the ivy that's in the backyard and do the lawn stuff, they go down the side. But we had some stuff that's in the way. It was these composting bins. And I had to move them today. There's 3 of them, and they had a lot of stuff in it. Lift the bin up, and then there's this decomposing plant matter. Yeah, it was originally grass cuttings and leaves and shit from the garden. And worms have been doing their work because the bottom bit of it was all like this earthy dirt stuff. Quite good fucking fertilizer, I think. Lots of worms in it. But fucking, because it was not concrete, because when Mrs. Angry put it, we have these trees in the front yard. And hi, Heine, by the way. We have these trees in the front yard. And when Mrs. Angry put these compost things under these trees in the dirt, the trees could sense there was nutrients there, and they sent roots up into the thing to get the nutrients. So when Mrs. Angry tried to use it, there were all these tree roots in there, and it was this huge thing to hack through. So she moved it onto concrete where the worms can still get at it. But not just the worms. Wherever there's like a crack in the concrete, grass has come up through the crack and gone, ooh, nutrients. And there was this network of grass roots in the compost. Not as difficult to break up as tree roots, but it was a freaking thing I had to do. I know that Jim's mowing guy goes, they shouldn't be on concrete. Worms can't get to them. Well, dude, you're fucking wrong, because they can, because I moved them and it was full of worms. And also, yeah, it's just like crack between the concrete blocks, and grass or weeds came up through there into the nutrients. It was wild. Was it Justin got discharged, had a stomach ulcer? Oh, that's bad. Isn't it funny? I don't know if you know this, but we recently discovered most of the thinking about stomach ulcers had been wrong. There had been this dominant line of thinking for a long time that stomach ulcers were caused by stress. Like you got upset and you could feel your stomach acids churning. And there was a quite dominant school of thought that said stomach ulcers was caused by stress. And we now know they're not. I think it's caused by a bacterial imbalance in your gut biome and the protection that stops the acids from burning the walls of your stomach is weakened. So that's a fun thing, that for such a long time we thought stress caused ulcers, and now we know it doesn't. It's an imbalance in your gut biome. That is really citrusy. Okay, for my tastes, if I made that again, there would be less citrus in it. It's making me want to pucker my lips. I can just feel the citrus working on my tongue and lips. I know some people really like it. Yeah, see, Justin, that whole thing, 28, that's why it's not a sign of age or stress or anything. It's it's just apparently an imbalance in your gut biome, and there's a whole bunch of reasons that can happen. And they're not good, actually. Stomach ulcers, not good. It's literally your stomach acids eating the wall of your stomach. Actually, I could, because believe it or not, we're on the internet where you can get answers. If I put what causes earthquakes, inflation, high blood pressure, hiccups, kidney stones, diabetes, autism, depression, cardiac arrest. Stomach ulcer. If I put ST, it goes stress, strokes, stomach ulcers. Who's dinging me? Oh God, why does that always get me by surprise? Every Thursday night, early in the stream, I get a text message and I go, I wonder who that is. It's always you foods. Fuck's sake. I'm such a... Okay. NHS Inform. Okay. Stomach ulcers are open sores develop on the lining of the stomach. Can also occur in parts of the intestine just beyond the stomach. They're duodenal ulcers. Most common symptom is a burning or gnawing pain. Not all stomach ulcers are painful. What causes them? The layer protecting the stomach lining for stomach acid breaks down. Yes. It's usually caused by an infection, a bacterial infection, or taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. There's little evidence that stress or certain foods cause stomach ulcers, because that's what we used to always say. It was either stress or what you're eating. And we now know that's not the case. So there you go. You're going to learn on the Angry Aussie stream. Well, you know, maybe. Well, Justin, I also agree with Safa that the Matildas are better than the men's team. Whereas as I understand it, in the countries that traditionally dominate men's soccer, their women's teams aren't as dominant. But yeah, the Australian and American, or the United States women's teams are much more likely to do well in tournaments than the men's teams. I used to love sours. Sours used to be the thing I drank all the time. And I don't hate sours, but they're much less the thing I'm into these days. Tastes change, I guess. So I'm much more on the boozy drinks these days as opposed to the sours or the sugary ones. But, there you go. Especially looking at my teeth. I don't know, I lager. They're still looking whiter than these. I'm so bad at doing shit. It's like, you're supposed to do something for your health. Like when I had a fucked up shoulder, I was meant to do exercises and I did them about a tenth the time I was meant to. More recently, my knees were fucked up and I got exercises and I did them about half as much as I was meant to, and it helped. I've gone to the physio a couple of times in the last 5 years because I'm old and my body's falling apart. But, a good physio. Not chiropractor. That's quackery. An actual physio. You're not the first person I've heard ask that question, Justin. People, dual citizens or people of mixed heritage, who do you cheer for when you go up against? Yeah, it's difficult. My answer is to not give a shit, which I think is a healthy approach to looking at sports, quite honestly. But yeah, I don't begrudge. If someone really wants to get into the sports, go for it. There's a thing I saw on Twitter today. I think it's like Dennis Lilly's birthday, and I think he's still alive. There are all people posting things about Dennis Lilly, and I went, yeah. When I were a lad, because this is in Dubbo, there's nothing to fucking do. So all summer I would watch cricket. It was genuinely exciting to watch Dennis Lilly. Jeff Thompson was there as well, but I was never. There was the period where it was, are you a Tomo or a Lilly fan? I was like, no question, Lilly. Nothing against Jeff Thompson, but I was always a Lilly fan and just genuinely excited. Particularly, the partnership when Rod Marsh was the wicketkeeper for all those years. It was genuinely exciting to watch as a young'un. But yeah. Oh God, yeah. Now I couldn't really tell you a single person in the Australian team. I do see their names in the paper occasionally. In the paper, I mean in online news, because I don't read physical newspapers like some sort of fucking caveman. But yes, I do see the names of the cricketers. None of them stick. So what are you going to do? It's a whole thing. But that's your thing. If you're thinking sports, go for it. I used to be more into it when I was young. I like to say it's because there was nothing else to do. But anyway, got my freezer martini out as well because it's almost partner, so why not? But trivia, maybe no one cares about, but it's something to me. First, I'm going to get a martini glass. Ooh, nice ringing sound. Classy fucking martini glasses that I have. Oof, I've got to slow down. I feel a little bit drunk. It's only 8:30. All right. I've decided this. You may or may not remember that I occasionally bemoan I never tracked what was in my infinity freezer martini. I made a decision today, prompted by nothing in particular. You know what? So I normally top this up. I'm going to stop topping it up. I'm just going to drink this down and empty it. And then I'm going to start a brand new infinity freezer martini. And I'm going to keep notes. I'm going to put the note of when I started it. And I'm going to put a note of everything that goes into it and tops it. Just because I can. Hello, Dr. Abigail. You met Gary Gygax. What? Gygax? Is it Gygax? It's an unusual name. But I was looking, there was a couple of things I could have done for a theme for tonight's stream, but I just thought, oh, it's Gary Gygax's birthday. That's pretty cool. I think he's 85 today. Oh man, that is fucking yummy. That is really fucking yummy. There is so much going on in this theme. There are the ghosts. There are the ghosts of so many spirits in there. That's a good question, Mega H. I understand it is. Dr. Abigail may know the lore better. Gygax. Gary Gygax, American game designer. Okay, his Wikipedia entry. American game designer. Early life. The son of Almina Emily Posey and Swiss immigrant. Gygax is his real name. There you go. His dad was Swiss. So that's a Swiss name, maybe. Oh, did he die? Oh, excellent. You rolled for deception skill and you made your roll. Nice. Oh, I didn't even realize he was dead. He would have been 85 today. Oh, God, he died ages ago. He was 69. Nice. Died in 2008. Jesus, he died ages ago. I didn't even realize that. Ooh, I am not good with my Dungeons and Dragons lore. That is so fucking... Oh my God, that is so fucking yummy, honestly. All right. Oof, I'm going to put... Not that you normally put these in a martini, but I'm just hoping they absorb a bit more flavor. My orange peel and my cherry. There you go. Justin marked his graduation from high school by murdering Gary Gygax. Damn, that's cold, dude. Oh yeah. No matter if anything I try to claim cred in, I am always going to say something that ruins it. Dr. Abigail, not as old as me, given my high school graduation was more than 20 years before Justin. But anyway, it is what it is. We can make Justin feel old. So how many years ago was that? 15 years old. So Justin, when you were graduating high school, there are kids who were in kindergarten who can now legally drink in pubs. So you were also old. Just throwing it out there. So time marches on, is what I'm saying. And that's fine. We, in our limited experience of the universe, experience time as a linear progression, even if that's an illusion. Even if time is more complex than we understand, our limited perception means we just experience it as a linear progression. Okay, so Dr. Abigail, you finished in 93, 17. There you go. I finished the first time a decade prior to that when I was 17. So there you go. I did year 12 twice, is what I'm saying. Because I seriously fucked up the HSC the first time. And I only mildly fucked it up the second time, but it was enough to get into uni. And I ended up doing the thing I want. Honey, ants on a basketball. Well, it's all perspective, is what I'm saying. Justin, is that true? You and Strictly Sega went to the same school. Okay, that is an interesting coincidence, quite honestly. My friend Kathy, who I went to school with, occasionally comes on from Facebook, but that's not random. Because we're Facebook friends, sometimes she sees the thing saying I'm live and she'll come on and say hi. It's not the same as the complete randomness of you and Strictly Sega ending up being regulars on the stream and independently came to the stream. So there you go. Yeah, well, see, Dr. Abigail, because I did year 12 twice. So the first time I did it, I was a little bit younger than a lot of them. Second time, I was a little bit older. I wasn't the oldest, and I wasn't the youngest either time. But yeah, different era. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. Whereas Kath and I, obviously, same age. And it wasn't just, we, I think we went to the same primary school and the same secondary. God, I'd have to check with it. Okay, next time, if I remember, next time Kathy comes on the stream, I'll say, did we go to, I think we went to the same primary. We did, didn't we? And I'm just having vague memories of, okay, basically, when you're a kid, you're a shithead. Honestly, when you're an adult, you're a shithead. But it's like, kids are mean. When you're at school, you're mean and brutal and fucked and whatever. And when you're at school, you have the excuse that you are literally an immature little shit and you don't really understand the implications and the repercussions of your shitty behavior. You get adults who are still fucked, but they don't have the excuse of not understanding what they're doing. So I just randomly thought Kath's always really nice when she comes on the stream. There was bound to be stuff I did. I was as much an asshole as anyone when I was at school. I think the next time she comes, I go, hey, Kath, if I ever did something fucked, I'm really sorry. My excuse was I was a dickhead. That's an interesting one, Dr. Abigail. They didn't repeat year 12, but spread it over 3 years. Yeah. Oh, and of course, because a 2-year age difference at that point, 19 to 17, that feels weird. Particularly the difference between, in Australia, symbolically, 17, you're not allowed to go to pubs. 19, you are allowed to go to pubs. Hey, official Justin. I have to differentiate between Justin Underwood and Justin Watson. I think it's just Justin and official Justin. Yes. Justin's on pints. I'm on a fucking martini, my man. And man, that is a fucking good martini. I was looking through various websites that have cocktail recipes for inspiration for things to make videos on. And I found a bunch, and I'll be doing them over, days and weeks in the future. But there was, I'll actually find it. It was on the Punch Drink website, which I quite like. Thoroughly recommend it to anyone who wants to get into cocktails or booze generally. Let me see if I find it. Yeah, they had an article called Master the Gin Classics, and they just got all these recipes for a whole range of gin cocktails. And a lot of them are slightly tweaked by particular bartenders. And they had, where is it? And so it's all these things like Megan Dorman's Gibson, John DeBarry's Singapore Sling, Harrison Ginsberg's Martinet. And it keeps going, da 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 da. Dale DeGroff's Martini. Now, Dale DeGroff is like elder statesman of modern bartending. He's very influential in the modern cocktail renaissance when we came out of the dark ages of the 70s and 80s. Dale DeGroff's Martini, and it's a 7-to-1 ratio, which, like, if Kirsten was here, she'd applaud a 7-to-1 ratio. And I thought, oh, what's different about Dale DeGroff's Martini? His recipe is 3.5 ounces of gin to 1 ounce of vermouth. If you don't know why I'm fucking woof about that, your average martini will have maybe 2 ounces of gin, possibly less. So Dale DeGroff's recipe is like a fucking double. It's full on. Yeah, no, that's another one. Just official, Justin. There are people who have kids and they have no memory of 9/11. Yep, time marches on. And Justin, you technically did VC over 3 years. Oh yeah, but okay, you started in year 10. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. Oof. Yeah, it's always fun, the inexorable march of time. And there's always a thing where someone in their mid-20s who thinks they're still young and hip and groovy finds out that someone in their mid-teens think they're old and boring and weird. And that never stops being funny to me. From when it happened to me, and I was like, get fucked, to seeing it happen to subsequent decades, it's always funny to me when someone in their mid-20s who thinks everyone older than them is really old finds out someone in their mid-teens thinks they're impossibly old and weird. It's so fucking funny. Us humans are extremely weird, is what I'm saying. So, oh my God, that's so fucking good. I was also thinking, do I want to clarify some of this martini? Like Richard, I have a fucking stupid amount of clarified cocktails, but I don't know. By the end of next week, when I have denuded this orange of its peel, it's only had 2 strips taken it off so far. It's usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 10. It takes about 10 strips to strip an orange. So I might that might be the next clarify thing, because this is often if I make a martini from scratch, it's probably going to be very clear, if not completely clear. But this has had so much weird stuff in it over the years. It's a little bit opaque. Official Justin felt odd when the physio said you were no longer invincible and required maintenance. Dare. I've already had my conversation tonight about needing physio, and it was very demeaning to have to go to a physio. And the reason I had to go to a physio because my shoulder was so fucked. I was in such excruciating pain. It was really difficult to sleep. You know what I did to fuck my shoulder up? I slept. I slept like this. And I put too much pressure on my shoulder in a wrong way when I was sleeping. And I seriously fucked it up. And it was so painful, I couldn't sleep very well. That's demeaning. When you have to go to a physio because you fucked yourself up when you were sleeping. See, that's another thing, Justin. I'm old enough to have gone through decades of The Simpsons. So when they're doing various flashbacks, a Homer flashback once was in the 70s, once was in the 80s, once was in the 90s. I haven't watched The Simpsons in forever. If they did one now, it would be in the noughties. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, official Justin. Physios fucking rock. Local physio used to be the team physio for the Australian hockey team, so he knows his shit. VC was. Oh yeah. HSC in New South Wales back in the 80s was not so flexible. Oh, okay. If I could go back in time and change what I did, because I think I chose stupid shit things for weird reasons, I would go back and say, do history and geography, man. They help you understand the world because they're both politics, basically. History and geography are politics. Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'm like, all I'm going to say, I don't want to jump on any particular bandwagons. But what I find when my friends who have diagnosed ADHD, diagnosed autism, post memes about this is what it's like, I always find myself going, hashtag relatable. And then it's like, so maybe I should get an official diagnosis one day. I don't know. Oh, sorry. That is sad, Safa. If your favorite apple cider is gone, I'd recommend Flying Brick cider from Geelong. Hey, Heine, you turned up to a gig, thought they were 18 to 30, but they're mostly 18 to 20, and you got a bunch of why the fuck are you here looks. Oh, harsh. Official Justin, brainwashing. Yes, I did engineering and stuff, and it was dumb. It was dumb. Justin, you think ACT school certificate, HSC, that's a school. Oh, yeah, I don't know, obviously. Official Justin, apple cider fan. Oh my God. Okay, last night I went out with the youngins and Mrs. Angry to a pub in Geelong. Why do I say Geelong? Because I was just talking about the cider that comes from Geelong. It's in Hawthorne. And they actually have a brewery built into the pub. They make like a dozen beers in the pub. It's wild. I'm not a beer drinker, so it's lost on me. But we went there. The food looked good. Happened to be trivia night. So we formed a team and got into the trivia competition, which was unexpected and fun. We didn't win. We were like about 6. But there were a lot of teams. There was like 20 teams there. These people are really into it. We came about 6th, I think. So they did have mulled cider. And so even though I was drinking, I had one mulled cider and it was so fucking good. Just warmed up cider and it tasted like it had vanilla and cinnamon, maybe some other cooking spices. Definitely sugar. It was very sweet. It was super fucking yummy though. It was really good. Yeah, and Dr. Abigail, that's also why I didn't make the RAP Sinead the theme for this stuff because oofed. Yeah, no, Dr. Abigail, having this mulled cider last night made me want to make my own. So fucking good. I think Mrs. Angry had 3. I had 1 because I was driving. Or 1.5. I drank some of her third one. It was so fucking good though. Justin didn't win Powerball. Yes, I'm assuming I didn't win Powerball either. Checking my messages. Did someone say you won Powerball? Yeah, no. Holy shit. Next week's Powerball is $100 million. Fuck me. That's almost worth buying a ticket for. Yes, just official Justin. This place was doing both mulled cider and mulled wine. And the mulled wine was probably good too, but I just tried the mulled cider. And in fact, yeah, in the last years. Oh god, Safi, you missed. I fucking fell for it again about 20 minutes into the stream, which must have been just before you joined. My phone dinged and I was going, who's texting me? And it was YouFoods. Every Thursday this happens. Every Thursday, 15, 20 minutes into the stream, I get a text and I go, I wonder if it's texting me. And it's always YouFood. I'm always surprised. It's ridiculous. I saw that, Dr. Abigail. That was awesome. Dwayne The Rock Johnson donated a 7-figure amount to the Writers' Strike Fund. Hell yes. Also, with regards to that writers and actors strike, the best thing is still Ron Perlman posting a video because some fuckhead producer was quoted anonymously in one of the media outlets as saying their plan is to not even engage with the strikers for months till it gets to the point where they're losing their homes and then they won't have a choice but to accept whatever they're offered. And Ron Perlman made this video, which he did delete, but it's out there because people copied it with Ron Perlman in his gruff voice going, you know what, motherfucker? There's more than one ways to lose your fucking house. If we find out who you are and where you live, there's more than one ways to lose your fucking house. So Ron Perlman basically saying, shut up, you evil fucks, or we'll come for you. Pretty based is what I'm saying. Hellboy is based. But, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Sorry. My freezer martini is so fucking yummy. But I'm not going to drink anymore. Oh, yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Dr. Abigail. The stakes are higher for the writers. It fucking rocks that the actors went out in solidarity for the first time in like 60 years or something. Oh, yeah. Oh, but see, official Justin, the YouFoods thing is I get the deliveries once a week for my lunches. It gets delivered on Friday. So for some reason on Thursday night, they text me, get excited. Your food's coming tomorrow. And then on Friday, it gets and it's I still find it amusing. The delivery times are really varied. Sometimes it's really early in the morning and sometimes it's late in the afternoon. That's the whole thing. Same as garbage. Sometimes the garbage gets collected early, sometimes it's late. Who knows? And I am now fondly remembering the stream where we used YouFoods as a metaphor for a particular worthless, sniveling pile of shit who wanted to make sure he thoroughly understood the degree to which I hold him in contempt. And we used YouFoods as the metaphor when I talked about what a piece of shit he had. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. 2020 COVID, signing up for the supermarket deliveries, official Justin. Yes. Oh, my God, yes. Although I did not really do it. Mrs. Angry did it more than me. I'm not fond of delivery services because, A, they're really exploitative of the delivery people, and B, there's far too many cases where you get fucked over because what gets delivered to you is not what you asked for. It's a bit different with like YouFoods or Light and Easy, but it's all thing. It's a whole thing. And I feel like I've been mildly good that I haven't even ordered any booze to be delivered for, I don't know, 2 weeks. I'm a model of restraint. But I did buy some stuff that was on special in shop, so I'm not a model of restraint. I'm a bad, unrestrained person, basically. But mind you, one of my favorite distilleries is doing another limited edition thing that you have to register for a lottery, essentially. And the last one I didn't get, which I took as a personal slight. If I don't get this one, I will definitely take it as personal. Yes, Dr. Abigail, absolutely. All of capitalism has a dark, exploitative dark side. There is no two ways about it. Okay, here's a fun thing. Flashbacks to 2020, 2021. A couple of high-end restaurants or caterers started doing pre-prepared meals that you could pick up, and they fucking kicked ass. There's actually two who are quite close to each other in what's the suburb called? But one of them is like a Michelin-starred restaurant that was actually doing pre-prepared stuff you could take home and heat up, and it fucking rocked. Ripon Lee, that's where it is. What was the Attica? Attica is like possibly the highest rated restaurant in Australia, and they were doing this stuff that you could take home and heat up. Fucking awesome. And there was another place there that did events and whatnot, like weddings and shit. Quatta, and they did take home meals that also were fucking awesome. Yeah, no, Justin, no ethical consumption under late capitalism, which is the great thing. A series which is on Netflix, which I thoroughly recommend, The Good Place. There's about 5 seasons of it. It's 4 or 5 seasons. And in the early ones, it's this quirky, oh no, person who, the good place is heaven. Person who doesn't deserve to be in the good place is sent there by accident. And they're worried they're going to get found out that they don't deserve to be there. What wild and quirky and wacky things happen? And that's the initial sort of theme and storyline. And by the end, it's like the theme is there is no ethical consumption under late stage capitalism. It's wild. Safa is good. This place we went to has an on-site food truck. I had a burger. They do toasties. Mrs. Angry had this vegetarian Mexican bean bowl, which is good. Also had these loaded chips. It was like chips, with like, I think a cheese sauce and a few other sauces and slow cooked pulled beef. And that was fucking awesome too. So it was broadly very good. Yes, no, good place. Very funny. And the whole cast were really good. Oh, and Safa. Oh, did you miss? I talked about it. Okay, so I went to this place that young Ms. Angry had wanted to go to because she saw it and thought it was good. It's in Hawthorne. And pub has a food truck. Okay, we went there. And it was their trivia night. I didn't know it was their trivia night. They said, oh, you can eat outside or inside and join trivia night. I went, well, it's pretty fucking cold. And I don't want to be outside. So we'll join trivia night. And so we formed a trivia team. So it was me, Mrs. Angry, young Mr. Angry, young Ms. Angry, and her boyfriend. And we did trivia, which was fucking fun. Yep, I have a lot of sympathy for the younger generation. I just think we need to rise up and throw off the yoke of our oppressors, basically. If the young folk want to rise up, I'm on their side. No, Safa, we didn't win. I think we came about 6th, but there was a fuckload of people. I think there was about 20 teams. There's apparently a big deal in this pub, which we didn't realize when we got there. But apparently their trivia night on Wednesdays is a big deal. So, yeah. Also, good pub for people who like beer because it's actually a brewery on site. And they make, I don't know, like a dozen beers on site. It's wild. I'm not a beer drinker, so it's wasted on me. Justin, I think it's a bit warmer tonight. 10 Celsius in New South Wales at the moment. Holy shit, it's still 15 here now. Feels like 12. Last night, I think, was much cooler. I think it was much cooler last night. Tomorrow's meant to get to 17, which is actually theoretically only slightly warmer than it is now. Then 18, 18, 16, 15, 17. All right. It's all much of a muchness now. Maybe raining, maybe not. Yeah, Justin. No word of a lie. Dubbo cops very low overnight minimums in winter. It's really weird. What was always weird to me growing up in Dubbo, it would get very cold overnight because you're out in the plains. There's nothing to hold the heat in, but it would get quite warm during the day. So you'd wake up in the morning to go to school and it would be so fucking cold. So you'd dress in multiple layers, but it would get into the teens, maybe even high teens by the afternoon. So then you'd have to take layers off and fucking carry them around. It's a fucking nightmare. That is a nightmare to live in. Holy shit, official Justin, 20 Celsius tomorrow. My God, for July, that's fucking amazing. It was definitely, okay, the venue I'm talking about, official Justin, definitely craft beer. They brew it on premises. There are like a dozen beers they brew on premise. So it's pretty wild. But yeah, not being a beer drinker. Ooh, new episodes of The Witcher are now on thing. Oh, good. Sorry, Dr. Abigail, you just reminded me there's a web comic I like called Sarah's Scribbles. And she had one which she did a year or two ago as someone, because she's from the Northern Hemisphere. It's like in her autumn or winter, just going, what a great day. It's so sunny and warm. I can enjoy ice cream, even though you normally wouldn't at this time of year. And then the thought bubble is going, the world is burning. So it's like when you get unseasonably warm weather in what should be winter. Yeah, this is nice. And you go, except it's an indication that we're all fucking doomed. Like the Northern Hemisphere summer happening at the moment is for shit. Our summer, I have so many fucking concerns about the upcoming summer in Australia, bushfires and fuck what. Oh dear. Official Justin, this is what I say as a joke to climate change deniers. But it's like what they think, like, oh, but you know, there was a cool day, or it's not. It was like, yes, because every single scientific paper on climate change said global warming means it's always going to be hot forever, including in summer. So if anyone ever has a cold day ever, climate change isn't real. That's what they say. All the papers in climate change say if it's ever warm anywhere ever, climate change isn't real. If it's ever cold anywhere ever, climate change is not real. Mizem, hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. And yeah, no, that's the equivalent. Absolutely, Dr. Abigail. When people saying it's warm here in winter, so climate change isn't real. It's like, yeah, I just ate food, so and nobody in the world is suffering from hunger. That's just how things work. I did not bring any fucking non-alcoholic beverages in here tonight. Okay, Mizzen, I did actually have a martini. I finished it from my freezer martini. Also, for anyone who missed it, I was doing clarified cocktails. I love clarifying things. This one, put on my white shirt, that used to be bright green, like it had creme de menthe in it. So it was opaque green. It's got a very faint green tinge. This one, with that little blue tinge, that had blue curacao in it. So it was blue. And I clarified it. Cool. Anyway, for no apparent reason, I've been doing a bunch of clarified cocktails, and they're going to last me for ages. God damn. It's a whole thing. Pauline Hanson going to part of the Great Barrier. Yes, of the Great Barrier Reef, which goes for hundreds of kilometers. She goes to a little bit that's healthy and says, therefore, the whole reef is fine. But definitely my favorite Pauline Hanson moment was when the government agreed the traditional owners of Uluru should be respected and they don't want people to climb on it. So as of date X, you won't be allowed to climb on Uluru. So Pauline Hanson goes, I'm going to climb on Uluru. Well, of course, she insists on calling it Ayers Rock. Before they stop me from doing it. And because she's such a fucking moron and she never looked into it, she didn't realize it's actually super difficult to do. And she's like, ooh, a cherry raid. Yay. Yay, you fucking Twitch. Go for it, Twitch. Hey, Phase Tooth. Hey, Plivo. Hey, Bixie Bree. Hey, Phase Tooth. Yeah. Happy birthday, Gary Gygax. So, I don't know. Hey to you fine folks on Twitch coming in and saying hi with a raid. I hope you're all having a good night. I'm having a pretty good night. Most of the people I regularly talk to on this stream are on YouTube, but I use a service called StreamYard that lets me restream to Twitch and Facebook. Sorry, Dr. Abigail just texted me to say the text joke is getting old. Phase Tooth. I don't need anyone to put things in on me. If you want to donate to a good charitable cause. So everyone on Twitch who's joined in, who's the raid? The Cherry Raid. You all rock. You're all cool. People on Twitch I have generally found to be really cool. There was the super surreal night when a guy who actually, and this was, I don't know, a year or two ago, a guy who actually had quite a huge following did a raid on my stream. Oh, do I have slow mode on Twitch? Sorry, I'll let me check. Pisces Cherry. I'm having a pretty good night. Thank you very much. Takes so long to type. I don't know. I'm sick. Phase Tooth. I'm seeing all your stuff. Let me. Oofed. I have to go and check on Twitch. Also, I'm like a total friggin' noob on Twitch and not even really understanding how it works. Let me go. Settings. Is chat. Oh. Shield mode, emotes. Okay. Oh, no, it's only 3 seconds. It's only 3 seconds slow mode. I don't think that's going to hurt you. I love that from Dr. Abigail. For anyone who's coming on, yeah, if you don't want to annoy me, don't be boring, don't be a dick. That's okay. Oh, Phase Tooth. If they were just there temporarily, that's okay. That's okay. It's all good. Okay, official Justin. Twitch used to say you had to be doing gaming to stream on it, but now you can be doing like literally anything. Oh, okay. Sorry, the count for Twitch just went up. Yeah, there is a bunch of people watching me on Twitch at the moment. So, hey, Twitchers. Hey, does anyone on Twitch like booze? That's my home bar. If anyone challenges me to make a cocktail, I'll do it. Holy shit, Cherry, you did a 7-hour stream. You rock. Okay, I sometimes do a long stream on Friday nights. It's Thursday night my time now. I'll probably only do like a 2-hour stream, but it's only just over 9, so I'm probably here for at least an hour. But on Friday nights, I often do a 6-hour stream, 4 to 6 hours, depending what mood I'm in. So you rock, by the way, doing a 7-hour stream. Holy free holies. FaZe, you did a 90. I don't even know how that's a possum. That's the thing. I think, yeah, that's the whole thing. And then you slept for 23 hours after. That makes sense. Official Justin knows me. You know that I would make an old fashioned. Absolutely. Holy free holies, Cherry. You stream every day. I stream about 4 or 5 nights a week. Most of them are only 2 hours long, but Friday night's like party night. And sometimes I go through to 2 a.m. and I start at 8, so that's like 6 hours for this whole thing. So Cherry, I clearly need to subscribe to you on Twitch. Let me, oh God, because I'm using StreamYard, so I have to open Twitch. And let me go. All right, so now I'm following you, so I can check you out another night. Okay, so FaZe, you subbed to Cherry and she ended the stream. Okay, well, thank you, Cherry, for doing the raid. I fucking love it. I think Twitch people are awesome. Can you tell by the grey? I'm old, which means by definition, I don't really understand Twitch, quite honestly. So yeah. Oh God. Official Justin, that's you're getting into old YouTube lore there with Vaush. FaZe, well, if you want to hang out with someone who just fucking hangs like 4 or 5 nights a week, that's me. Pisces Cherry, going to Colorado in 2 hours. You've got to wake up your boyfriend, so you'll be right back. That's a fair thing. When you get back, you have to tell me, so you're doing a road trip to Colorado? Starting from where? I've been to Colorado. My ex has family in Colorado. My ex has family in LA, Las Vegas, and Colorado. So we did one trip where we landed in LA, we're hanging out with people. Then we flew to Las Vegas. Then we did a road trip to Colorado. So there you go. Texas. Oh, hella fun. Texas to Colorado. That's a road trip. Oh, FaZe, you're in Louisiana. Nice. Okay, honestly, the Southerners, Texas, Louisiana, I feel like I need to make a Southern, like, New Orleans style cocktail. Because I honestly, legit love the New Orleans style cocktails. I need to make a Vieux Carré. Okay. Which is a kick-ass New Orleans cocktail. Southern cocktail. So what do I need to get? I need to get some rye, some cognac. Oh, God, I'm going to have to go out and get sweet vermouth. Benedictine. Okay. Just in honor of the Southerners who've come in. Dr. Abigail, you didn't even know Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is very interesting. Vaush is a political guy. So, FaZe, you've done Louisiana to Colorado in 15 hours in one shot. That's a hell of a drive, my friend. Official Justin, you did a road trip south to north, west coast, across the top. Oh man, I'd love to do Route 66. I'd love to do Route 1. It's all cool. Mizm, hey, Mizm, there you go. Well, we got raided by Cherry, Pisces Cherry, which is fun. It's a whole thing. For anyone who doesn't know, Mizm Creations did some graphics for me, logos and banners for social media. And they fucking rock, quite honestly. Okay, because I've got some Southern visitors, I'm going to make a Vieux Carré, which is a cocktail I really like. All right. So I'm actually going to have to disappear for a few seconds to grab my sweet vermouth. So we want rye whiskey, cognac, and Benedictine. All right. So we'll go over to the bar. All right. I'll actually move the chair out of the way so you can see me while I make. Actually, I'm going to get some shit and I'm just going to make it in a glass. But do you like my bar? I like my bar. Okay. Let's do it. Gotta get some Benedictine, which is in here. Oh yeah, because that's just my spirits. My liqueurs are the same number, which are in here. Benedictine, that's what I was after. All right. Come on, shut the cupboard door. Gotta keep the sex hats in the cupboard. Okay, rye whiskey. Gospel legacy rye. Cognac. Yep, here's some cognac. Bitters, Ango and Peychaud's and Ango. All right. Also, I am going to have to disappear for like 30 seconds. Oh, yeah. Okay, put chicken in charge. Again, this is a bit of the channel lore for my... If I have to leave the room for a brief time, the chicken's in charge. All right, and I'll put some elevator music on. It'll take me probably less than 30 seconds to get the stuff. Put some elevator music on. All right. Turn music off. Chicken in charge. You're not in charge anymore. Yes, I do agree. The mouth on chicken in charge is a bit dodgy. All right. So we're going to make a vu carré just in honor of the Southern Raiders. Okay, I'm just going to make it in the glass. Where's my phone just to make sure I get the proportions right? Seriously, what did I do? Oh my god. I'm not that inebriated, am I? Where did I put my phone? This is embarrassing. Okay, I have clearly oh my god. I've clearly lost it. It was right in front of me. Phase Tooth, you're heading off. Thanks for dropping in. All right, but I'm going to make a vu carré. Vu carré. Google. Carré cocktail. If it's good. All right, so we're going to do. All right. Do. I'm just gonna make it in my glass. Rye whiskey. Shazam, y'all. God, now I feel like I need to have a toilet break. Anyway, cognac. Yes, it is a pretty fucking boozy drink, but all New Orleans drinks are boozy. Oh shit, That half of that fell out of my glass. That's embarrassing. Sweet vermint. All right. And a little bit of Benedictine. Doo-doo. A little bit of Benedictine. All right, Peychaud's bitters. Peychaud's bitters. And Angster bitters. All right, and that's that. Oh God, I really need to clean up this bar. I just spilled some stuff. Got to wipe it all up. Got to remember to clean up. Not necessarily tonight, but maybe in the morning. Ow! God damn it! Smashed my finger. All right. Oh, and I'm back. I'm back, baby. Ooh, link to Discord. What are we doing? We have some AI art on our Discord. All right. AI images. Oh, nice. Sorry, chicken in charge images. I always love chicken in charge images. Pirate chicken in charge of a live stream. Okay, so step the first. This is my Discord. Ooh, official Justin, Bossa Nova is a good thought. So, all right. But yes, just sharing. This is for those who don't know. This is the thing we do on the stream. AI art based on what we're talking about. So that's pirate chicken in charge. There's a few variations on a theme, which honestly, I'm into. That's an angry chicken pirate. I like that. Almost looking like a hawk, quite honestly. What else do we have? This one. That's definitely a pirate chicken live streamer there. And one final one. It's having a good time. Pirate chicken doing a live stream. I like it. Nice. You'll make. Oh yes, I remember the crochet duck thing. A optometrist salesperson's friend's autistic grandson is special interest in ducks. I just love that as a chain of connections to. But I heard they like ducks, so I'm crocheting a duck, which is just awesome. It's so good. Anyway, you don't normally do a Vieux Carré on ice, but I wanted it chilled. So Vieux Carré for the Twitch raiders, Cherry and friends. There were a couple who were from the South in the US. Oh my God, that's so fucking yummy. Oh, I have not made one of those for a little while, and it is such a yummy drink. So if it's 15 Celsius in Brisbane, I bet they're all complaining that that's Arctic, Antarctic weather up there in the semi-tropics as they are. It was always funny, like Darwin in particular, if their maximum is ever below 20, they freak out. Because Darwin is very much the tropics. there is not that much variation in temperature across the year. It's just the humidity that varies over the course of the year. But yeah, when they get, if in Darwin, they ever had a day where the maximum was like under 10 Celsius, they'd fucking freak out. They would lose their shit. Oh God, Justin. Yeah, no, the reporting on Dan Andrews in the Commonwealth Games. No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. No one cares. Like, no one is changing their vote based on Dan Andrews ditching the Commonwealth Games. And the conservative media in particular is obsessed with it. It's just like, no. And I kind of agree with you, official Justin. Darwin's not particularly habitable. I holidayed there for a month at one point. Fun place to visit, but the humidity is just ridiculous. Oh yeah, no, the shorts. It's like the public servants. When this was like, because it was so long ago I was there. Suits were still the standard work clothes for people who worked in offices. The public servants in Darwin wore tailored shorts, which was so fucking daggy. They would be like brown shoes, long socks, and tailored shorts, and they looked so fucking daggy. It was so funny. It was hilarious. Yeah, Safa, are they? Are they really? They might have been looking forward. It would be fun if there was some international sport in our town, but they're gonna forget about it in 5 minutes. Like there is nobody changing their vote over Dan Andrews ditching the Commonwealth Games. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, Justin, I'm not sure. Yeah, Far North Queensland, Darwin, Indonesia, quite similar. Like, to the point, Darwin had flights between Darwin and Indonesia that were actually being done by Indonesia's domestic airline. But yeah, and because I spent time in the Philippines as well, same thing. Oh, besides the heat and humidity, you get the smell of rotting. When you're in the tropics, if it's an urban area like Manila in the Philippines, the smell is rotting garbage. But if you're in cleaner areas, the smell is rotting vegetation, which is not much different. It's rotting vegetation is slightly better than rotting garbage, but you get to the equator and humidity, it's all fucking rotting. Karaka, I don't think that's a dumb question. And I think Darwin maybe was named after Charles Darwin. Oh yeah, I get that, Dr. Abigail. Of course, conservative media outlets are going to regional store owners who thought they'd get money, and yeah, it's no one gives a shit. No one's vote is changing as a result. Let me do a quick internet search. Was Darwin oofed? Darwin named after Charles Darwin? That auto completes. Okay, in 1839, the HMS Beagle sailed into the waters of what's now known as Darwin Harbour. Lieutenant John Lort Stokes named the harbour after his former shipmate, British evolutionist Charles Darwin. But contrary to popular rumours, Darwin himself never visited the area. So yes, it's named after Charles Darwin. I thought it was. But Darwin himself never visited him. Ooh, we've got an AI crochet duck. Well, okay, I have to see that. I have to see. Oh my God, these are so cool. A realistic image of a crochet duck. All the AI tonight is ducks. It's ducks all the way down. Okay, these are kind of cool. Official Justin, conservative media seems to think that 7-inch shop owners West Victoria. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. But they are obsessed with undermining Dan Andrews. Now, I personally have a lot of problems with Dan Andrews. It's just not what the conservative media says. There we go. There's an AI version of a crochet duck. That's kind of cool, honestly. See, let's get another one. I kind of like this is where these AI engines really work when you ask them to generate something that's not very naturalistic. They're quite good at it. They fuck up when you ask them to do things like humans. Other things they can be quite convincing on. It is quite interesting to me. Said as a true crocheter / knitter, Dr. Abigail. And again, because I'm not that, it's very interesting. Oh my God, do you see, Justin, that thing with the media, and like even the ABC was doing it in the lead up to the state election, like, oh no, Dan Andrews might lose, it could happen. They started to get into my head, and it turns out they were just full of shit. Who knew? They're a disgrace. This one's cute. The yellow duck with the pink beak. They're fun. Just throwing it out there. See, that's the thing. See, Dr. Abigail, it's an area of expertise for you, and it's an area of ignorance for me. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's fine. Oh, no, Justin, I will absolutely not cheerlead for the Australian Labor Party, and I will not cheerlead for Dan Andrews. As I've said many times, I think he passes the incredibly low bar of maybe being the best political leader in Australia. That is absolutely damning with faint praise. But he has a bunch of problems. He has a bunch of issues. They are not what the freakazoid right-wingers and conspiracist fuckwits say, but he does definitely have a lot of issues. Notably, the way he loves the cops, and he never met an authoritarian measure he didn't like. And he will sell both Indigenous people and conservationist ideals up the river in a heartbeat. But as I said, I personally think the measure for who is the best political leader in Australia is a very low bar. But that's the way it goes. Holy shit, I really fucking like this Thu Carre I made. Oof, I haven't made one for ages, and this is really good. The other thing I've been getting into recently is cocktails with sherry in them. They're very good. And yes, he does seem to love the taste of property developer cum. That's true. And again, official Justin, I absolutely agree with that. You can call him. He has authoritarian tendencies, but not in the way the right and the weird conspiracy freakos seem to think. Because all the shit they were complaining about, the LNP would definitely have done. But yeah, it's a whole thing. I try to remain rational, I guess. There was a kind of funny counterbalance. I'm thinking on the global scale, in the United States, as being a lot of legitimate questions raised about Joe Biden's cognitive faculties, but that Republican who looks like a fucking turtle, Mitch McConnell, when he did a press conference And it's just in the last day where it's like his brain stopped working for 30 seconds. It's like because he's super old, man. Not really, I'm not making a harsh judgment on him, but it's like, no, dude, you're too old. You should not be making decisions about policy that affects hundreds of millions of people. You just shouldn't because your brain's fucked. You're old. Just retire, dude. Fuck off and retire. And strictly say, yeah, hey, you're a bit late, but it's always good to see you, my man. Whenever you arrive. We had a mini raid from Twitch tonight, which was fun. We had about, I don't know, 20 people from Twitch, which is fun. I think about 10 or 15 of them are still here. And that's nice. Fucking yay to you out there in Twitch land. And again, if I haven't made it clear, most of my regulars watch me on YouTube. I do use a service called StreamYard, which restreams me. So I'm simultaneously streaming to YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. There you go. You've been unable to eat. Oof, because your gallbladder. You had a few shots. Nice. Straight to your head. Nice. And Music Aviators come in from band practice. Ooh, and you're in competition on Saturday. I hope that goes well for you. Strictly saying, it was interesting. Like about half an hour ago, there was a Twitch raid. There was like, I don't know, 20 people. It was nice. And they were all great. Twitch people are nice, generally, I find. I maybe should pay more attention to Twitch because the people I have interacted with on Twitch because of various raids, they've been very nice. Yeah, no, I think you're right, Dr. Abigail, because it was people in the Northern Hemisphere. So they should be asleep. It's a very weird hour for them to be awake. Like it's only 9:30 or 9:36 p.m. for me. Oh my God. I still didn't bring any non-alcoholic beverage in here. I should have done that when I went out last time. Oh, yum. Fucking love it, Vucare. I love New Orleans drinks, basically. I love all the really boozy drinks, things that are variations of an old-fashioned or Manhattan. Even when they're like really complicated, where they split the base spirit and they split the modifier. They're very, very yum. Things like the Vucare, the De La Louison, the El Presidente is another good one. Fucking yummy. And yes, if you, infoodening yourself. But the gallbladder thing sucks so much. Yes, strictly say getting teeth pulled fucking sucks. I haven't had that for a while, but I've got some big vacancies on my lower jaw. Where I had one side I had a wisdom tooth removed. On the other side, I didn't have the wisdom tooth removed because I had other molars removed. That shit's full on. Safa, Nigeria's gone from 1-0 down to 3-1 up. Ooh, that's pretty intense. Official Justin. Gallbladder, worst pain. Yes. Oofed. And I think that's kind of what Dr. Abigail's facing at the moment. Bodies. Okay. I feel like this is an opportunity to do my semi-regular rant on creationists who try to pretend they're not dumb as shit creationists by using phrases like intelligent design. I was like, okay, fuck you. These human bodies are not intelligent design. They are, at best, semi-intelligent design. Because there are definitely some good aspects to our biology and physiology. But, oh my God, there's some bad ones. Gallbladder, but just your illness generally. Why? If there was an intelligent and compassionate designer, aka a god, Why the fuck would a kind and loving God want us to suffer for no reason? It's fucking ridiculous. It's stupid. But all the things in the body are good. I've said it before. It's like, okay, you know what? Fucking A plus. Sex is awesome. Not for everyone. You get asexual people, and I love my asexual brethren and cisgen, and it's good. It's fine. And again, food and drink. When you enjoy food and drink, that's an A plus as well. But illness, that's an F. Honestly, and shitting, getting rid of waste is like, no. Why do we not just exhale waste or go? No, shitting and pissing, that's an F. That's ridiculous. And I think there's a whole bunch of things. And when it balances out, I think the design of the human body is at best a C plus. It's a passing grade, but just fucking barely. So I will not engage with the concept of intelligent design. At the very best, semi-intelligent design. Random mutations that kind of improve other things but have weird fucked up shit incorporated into it, that makes more sense. So Justin saying we have teenagers who are born after the first half. Yeah, of course. Okay. Strictly say you enjoy good shit. This is how I can tell whether I'm sick or well. If you are well and healthy, a good shit is liberating and you feel better afterwards. If you are sick, shitting for a while just makes you feel worse. Dr. Abigail's too good at pain management. Oh my God. Okay, see, that's the whole thing. It's almost like AIDSy. Yeah. When people would ask AIDSy about pain scale, it's like, do you mean on your pain scale or mine? Because dealing with chronic pain, and I know so many people who deal with chronic pain on a daily level that would have me screaming in agony, but they just can't afford to scream in agony because that's how they feel every day. Pain scales are dumb. The problem with random mutations, that's true. It improves on previous mistakes. It's just like, well, we're kind of thing. And Music Ayurveda, I do also agree, humans are a hack. It's just like I said, at best, I do laugh when someone says intelligent design, because at absolute best, humans are semi-intelligent design. About half the aspects of human existence are good, and the other half are shit. If there was truly an intelligent designer behind it, it would all be good. I mean, yes, you'd still have pain to warn you if you were suffering damage, but the idea that you just randomly suffer debilitating, destructive illness that you did nothing to earn, that's dumb. That's fucking stupid. And I will always keep coming back to having to shit and piss to get rid of waste is terrible design. Oof. Mism Creations. What are you saying? Oh, I swear to God, Mism, you are so far ahead. I don't have any new projects. Your design that you did for me was so far above my understanding. I think I've said this on other streams. And look, I can share them again. And I think it's worth sharing them again, quite honestly. let me do this. Okay. I'm going to do this one because this one is good. Mism Creations did this for me. Okay, so Mism Creations did like an icon for me and a banner for me. And I was going, is that the right dimensions? And Mism Creations said, yeah. I was like, oh no, it doesn't look like it for me. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But so I just thought, oh, I'll just upload this to YouTube for my cocktail channel. And okay, so this design here, I thought that's too big for a YouTube banner. What is that about? But what I found out when I just went to YouTube and made it my banner, the middle bit, that little cartoon of me in angry cocktails, that's what shows up as the banner if you look at my YouTube channel on a PC. Just the thing in the middle, the angry cocktails, that's what you see if you access my channel on a mobile device. And then the whole thing with the bar and whatnot, that's what shows up if you look at my channel on a TV. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's how YouTube, but Mism Creations knew that because they're a goddamn professional. And so when they did this design for me, which I genuinely did not completely understand, it was perfect because there's like a middle bit that's for YouTube. There's that tiny bit, just the angry cocktails thing is what shows up on mobiles. And the whole thing is what shows up if someone watches it on TV. Yes, Safa, I did actually pay Mism to delve a bit because I'm a big believer in paying artists. So, but yeah, again, that's why you engage someone who knows what the fuck they're doing because they do the proper thing for you. And I have engaged over the last, however long I've been on YouTube, I've paid various artists to do various things for me. I have one bit of physical art, which I was using Angry Aussie, which I really like, and I still have. Actually, I have a couple bits of physical art that different people have done for me. But yeah, Mism Creations knows their shit, basically. They know how to develop things. And if I swear to God, if I ever get serious about Twitch and the emotes and whatnot, I will be engaged with. Oh yes, Mega Leech, Space Mimsy, which was actually done by Mega Leech's offspring. That's such an awesome piece of art. Physical art that I have here. And I stuck a bit of Velcro on the back of it so I could have it on the bar here. So, put it back. Ugh. Space Mimsy. So, Mism Creations, you've been doing that for 4 years. So, where are you in the world? I know you're, or at least I think you're on the subcontinent, but I don't know if you're in India or Pakistan or anywhere. I think. Greg, how you going? I can't laminate Space Mimsy. She's on our canvas. Mism, you do everything banners. Yes. So I look, honestly, Mism Creations on Fiverr and whatnot, really appreciate their work. If anyone wants social media artwork done, I absolutely, definitely recommend Mism Creations. So yeah, it's not on paper. It's on a canvas mounted on board. A little canvas panel done by Mega Leech's offspring Lee. It's pretty fucking good. Not possible to laminate. Sorry, I also love that. Dr. Abigail. Greg, Greg the photo. Yes. So Mizim also does stuff for social media like Instagram, Facebook, etc. Definitely recommend their work. Right. Space Mimsy, you go back there. Also, Dr. Abigail has a space duck. Yeah, Greg, that was definitely what Dr. Abigail was referencing. Dr. Abigail got the space duck done by Megaleech's offspring. Really beautiful bit of art. Beautiful bit of art. I love it. And I've got, so it just sits here on the bar. I've had so many different bits of digital and physical art done over the years. It's pretty freaking awesome, quite honestly. What are we up to? 9:50. Okay, it's almost 10 o'clock. I was kind of thinking, I'll go out and get some and I don't want to drink any non-alcoholic beverage. Because I have to get up in the middle of the night. Mizim, you want to do a space duck? Okay, the whole thing it is related to a whole thing. Is just so you know, because my cat Mimsy went across what we call the Rainbow Bridge in the last year. She'd been around for a long time and would occasionally appear on streams, and is no longer with us, but also came on just with a discussion one night about various artwork. We were talking about ducks as well. Oh yes, okay. Megaleech put the Duke art in our Discord, so I'll put it here. Okay. Oof. So I'll show this. Now, what the fuck? Okay. Discord's being weird to me. Okay. So did Dr. Abigail end up with 2 bits of space duck art? So this is actual physical art, three little pieces. So you can see Space Mimsy and a big space duck and a little space duck. Listen, if you do a space duck, you know I'm going to share it with everyone. Also, Greg posts fucking wicked pictures of live gigs around Melbourne on the socials. Okay, yeah, Dr. Abigail, you did get this 2 space ducks. So I kept Space Mimsy, and there were 2 space ducks, which were just fucking awesome, quite honestly. I took that. That's in my kitchen. That's on a chopping board in my kitchen that I took that picture. But yeah, Mizim, if you do space duck, we will definitely share it. So we had Space Mimsy and Space Duck. Oh, I love it, Mizim. You're a true artist. Yeah, if you feel compelled to do a space duck, we definitely want to see it. We definitely want to see it. And yeah, I will not hesitate to, if anyone wants to get true original creative art done for their social media, Mizim Creations is worth consulting. Oh, goddamn. I probably need to, do I want to drink some water before going to bed? Because that's just going to make me want to pee. Safa, I did not watch any TV last night because we did the whole trivia thing in the pub. No, I think you made the right choice, even though Dr. Abigail was making jokes about that being boring. I do love Robot Man Greg, but letting people know you do photography is good. I swear, on Monday night we had such a good TV night. We watched a couple episodes of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, including the fucking Below Decks crossover, which fucking rocked. We watched the first episode of the new season of The Bear, which was good, and we watched some Mandalorian stuff, although it was actually Book of Boba Fett. But we're just watching the Mandalorian episodes. So, Bizim, you're going to turn concept art. We get it as concept. Martini duck. Oh my god, Bizim! I actually saw. Okay, I need to show off this shirt properly. Martini cat. I have a martini cat on my shirt today. But there is. I have not bought any new shirts for months, maybe 6 months, and I've pledged I won't buy any more till the Australian summer, which will be the North American winter. And because these Chinese websites mainly cater to the Northern Hemisphere, I think the shirts will be cheaper. But there was one with like a really angry looking duck drinking a martini, which I'm definitely going to get. Official Justin, your wife and I are just getting into Star Trek Picard Season 3. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed Picard Season 3. It's all good. No, Megaleech, I won't do any spoilers beyond saying the Strange New Worlds Below Decks crossover fucking rocked. It was really good. I love it, Bizem. You're doing a space duck and a martini duck. Fucking rocks, honestly. It's all good in the hood. And yeah, I'll probably I've pledged to not buy any more shirts until summer because I counted them. I have about 40 cocktail themed shirts, which is ridiculous. Oh dear. And I also agree, Dr. Abigail, that Mism Creations rocks. They do great stuff. Oh yeah, Musical Elevator. The Strange New Worlds Below Decks crossover was really good. But yeah, you can wait till August. I won't do any spoilers. Yeah, I was not, but I didn't hate Discovery. I quite enjoyed it. I just call it Star Trek Disco. But Strange New Worlds is better. And that's what's interesting to me because Strange New Worlds is following the old format of being self-contained episodes. There is a greater arc happening over a season, but the episodes are self-contained. So I think it was a... What Futurama reference did you use, Dr. Abigail? Oh, no, that one. Okay, I do get that. A coolness consultant. You're over 20 megafonzies. No, I do get that. I haven't watched New Futurama. Has anyone watched New Futurama? I've heard good things about it. It's weird. What's this like the fourth iteration of Futurama, which is fucking wild. It's like, series runs for a while, gets cancelled, fans love it, and they say, oh, let's make some more. That's successful. Gap, let's make some more. And now, let's make some more. Okay, cool. I don't think I even watched all of the last iteration of Futurama, but I did see all the last episodes. Of the first 3 iterations of Futurama, the final episodes were all really good. Official Justin, you reckon Star Trek Disco was like Star Trek? Oh god, Star Wars 9 fucking sucked. Disco was way better than that. But yeah, I'll have to watch the new Futurama because It's super trippy how many times they've rebooted. There's not reboots, they've just restarted Futurama. It's fucking wild. It very much took me by surprise that they were doing another launch of Futurama. I was like, okay, cool. Oh god, I also saw there's a new animated series coming in a month or so, and I think it's like created by Dan Harmon, and it's like some spoof thing. It's like set in like classical Greece. I think it's called Crapopolis or something, and it just has really funny British comedians doing the voices for a lot of the characters. And I saw a trailer for it, and I thought that actually looks kind of good. That's going live in a month or so. I think it's called Crapopolis. Mega Leech in Australia. I don't know what service the new Futurama is on. And I know we disagree on this, Dr. Abigail. I know you think Star Trek Disco sucked donkey balls till season 3. I didn't hate season 1 and 2. Also, I do not think your reasons for disliking season 1 and 2 are invalid. I don't think they're invalid at all. Yes, laughs in Pirate Bay. Who cares? So, Strictly Sega, the Futurama is coming on Disney Plus. Is that what you're saying? I don't even know. There's just too much to watch. I can't be bothered to pirate anything because there's too much to watch. And even though by not pirating, I miss some stuff that I like, I'm just going, you know what? There's just too fucking much. Anyway, it's like 10 o'clock. And I have not drunk any non-alcoholic beverages in this stream. So I'm definitely well and truly Tim Smithed. But not that much to the point I'm going to forget anything. But I am going to finish this stream with the ceremonial eating of the cherry. Again, for anyone who is part of the Twitch raid who does not know the lore of this stream, the stream is officially over when I eat the cherry. The Luxardo maraschino cherry steeped in marasca. Well, this is the fucking best cocktail cherries in the world. Dr. Abigail, I should do what you do, get many chronic illness, be unable to work. You've been in my place, you've seen my wall of discs, my physical media. I've only watched about 3/4 of those. There's a whole bunch of physical media I own that I haven't watched. So if I ever get completely incapacitated and can't afford streaming services, I have a bunch of physical media to watch because I'm a fucking weirdo. Anyway, eating the cherry. Yum. That's so fucking yum. That's so good. Strictly Sega. I love that. Yes, Juice saved to all the old stuff. I love it when we talk about the old movies. We'll have to do that on party night. Official Justin also has physical media. Blu-ray, 4K. I am old. There's no question I'm old. I have a bunch of physical media that I haven't even watched. Anyway, tomorrow night is party night where we get to go wild and do whatever. So again, another little hat tip to anyone who joined the Twitch raid. I like Twitch people. I should pay more attention to Twitch, quite honestly. But anyway, I'm going sleepy bobos now. I hope you find people look after yourselves and be back for a big night tomorrow night. We'll see what happens, but